the basics. This is the longest part of the speaking exam. You will have 1 minute to think or take notes and 2 minutes to speak, which means you will have to make a mini presentation. So here are my 4 tips for a successful exam. Number 1. Prepare the topics. There are, of course, some topics you can prepare beforehand that are very likely to be the subject of your exam. For example, Number 2. Have a plan. You'll have 1 minute to write a few ideas down before the recording begins. This will give you a chance to think of a few key words. It's often difficult for people to talk to a computer screen, so having ideas on paper to hang on to can be a helpful support during the exam. You don't have to use everything you've put on paper, but the more you have, the less nervous you will probably feel. The best thing to do is have an introduction, a middle, and a conclusion. Let's take, for example, the topic culture and the following questions. When did you last visit an old building? How did you feel about it? And why do you think it's important to look after old buildings? You will get all 3 questions at once. You will see my example, so pay attention to the words written in blue because they represent the keywords that I wrote before the recording began. Each part of the mini presentation will also be marked. I think the last time I visited an old building was when I went on holiday to Rome 2 years ago. We visited the Colosseum and several other very beautiful, majestic buildings. I enjoyed it very much and I found it amazing to see such impressive constructions from hundreds of years ago. There are a number of reasons for taking care of ancient or old buildings. In the first place, they are part of our heritage. Secondly, every time we visit them, we can remember the most important events in our history. Another advantage is that future generations will be able to visit and learn from these ancient historic places. On the other hand, there are countries where these buildings are in ruin because of lack of money to take good care of them, which is a shame. Furthermore, some countries where there are some of the most important buildings in the world are at war, and these landmarks might be damaged. All in all, however, I think that the most important historic buildings in the world are well taken care of because they help their countries a lot through tourism and culture, which also means that people value them very much. So, in conclusion, I think that taking care of old buildings is very important for our history and our culture. Number 3. Be fancy. To further organize your ideas, you will have to use lots of conjunctions and adverbial linking phrases that will also make your mini presentation sound so much more fancy. So let's look back at our example from number 2. Here are all the linking words and phrases that I used in order. There are a number of reasons. In the first place, secondly, Another advantage is, on the other hand, furthermore, all in all, however, because, so, in conclusion. You can use this layout as a plan for your mini presentation by just filling the blanks after each linking word with your ideas for any other topic. Here's another quick example. There are a number of reasons why people are interested in different kinds of music. In the first place, they might come from different backgrounds and education. Secondly, their culture also plays a big role in people's taste for music. Another issue
is that age can also be a factor.
Number 4. No detail is too small. Try to be aware of your pronunciation and grammar. Most questions are designed for you to use past forms and present perfect, so you should also revise irregular verbs before the exam. Pause after each part so you can collect your thoughts and breathe. Try to keep a rhythm and don't hurry up too much. Make sure to get a good night's sleep before the exam. Believe me, it helps. That's it for the speaking exam. I hope this video helped you, and if it did, don't forget to like, share and subscribe.